In today's video, we have a Watts and Swayze collaboration list for you guys today. I'm super excited because we play a card that's been highly requested on the channel lately, and that is going to be Dollhouse of Horrors, and we're going to be playing it in a Jund Reanimator shell. Cue the intro. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be running a Jund Reanimator list, and we're going to be playing a card called Dollhouse of Horrors. We're going to be creating tokens and copying those tokens and doing all sorts of shenanigans I'm sure you're not going to want to miss, so stay tuned for the gameplay footage on this thing. But as always, before I dive in and break it down, if you're not already subscribed to the channel but you find some value in today's content, I just ask if you wouldn't mind hitting that button. It is a free way to help support the channel, and we're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and I'd love to hit that by the end of the year. So thank you so much if you hit that button. And with that being said, let's talk about today's list. So I should start off by saying that this list was completely inspired by our friend Watts. Watts has his own channel. He's currently on a hiatus, but we were talking in stream about how he was putting together a Jund Reanimator list, and everybody was asking me to play Dollhouse of Horrors in my comments recently and in the stream. So I wanted to give it a shot, and I thought Jund Reanimation sounded pretty fun for that shell, because you got things like old Rutstein, and this card right here is a really good way to get cards into your graveyard. And when it does, it's also generating a ton of value for you. Every single time you get a card in the graveyard, it's producing us either mana ramp, creatures, or blood tokens, which are also going to help us cycle things out of our hand that we don't want, so we can later get back and reanimate it with Dollhouse of Horrors, which I should probably mention that the Dollhouse of Horrors and what it does. So this card right here, you pay 1. It is a 5-mana artifact, but you pay 1, and on sorcery speed, you tap this thing and you get to exile a creature from your own graveyard, creating a token of that creature. Now the token comes in with haste, which is great, but it's only going to be a 1/1, and every time you create another token, it's going to make that token 1 more power, 1 more toughness. So every token you have, your creatures essentially will continue to grow. But the haste ability on this thing makes it so worth playing, because you can play things like Westgate Regent. This is going to be one of our main win cons. This thing comes in with haste. It's going to be a 1/1, but the moment it makes contact with your opponent, it's going to become a 2/2. And every time you hit your opponent with this thing, it's going to continue to grow over and over again. And it has a ward effect on it, where your opponent's going to have to discard a card if they want to deal with this. And with multiple tokens out there, it gets bigger. Plus, we have a Seeker's Chariot to copy these tokens to make them, you know, even crazier. So you could start to see how this is going to get out of hand. So we generate tokens, good creatures that, you know, have good abilities when they come in with haste. We copy them with the Seeker's Chariot, and it's all gravy. We also have things like Gelatinous Cube, which if you make this a token on the battlefield and continue to copy it with the Seeker's Chariot, your opponent's never going to be able to resolve another creature again, because every turn you're just going to keep creating a Gelatinous Cube and stealing it. So that combo is pretty sweet for some control. And then you've also got the World Shaper, a card I'm sure not a lot of you have seen before, because I've personally never really seen anyone play this card, but it works really well in this shell, because whenever this card attacks, not only does it mill 3 cards to our graveyard, which we really want, but when it dies, it will bring back all the lands from your graveyard to your battlefield tapped. So essentially, if you have enough milling going on with the Witherbloom command early and your Rutstein, this thing can bring back quite a bit of mana for you early on, or you can play it late game and just get a huge mana dump, which is really nice. We've also got some other creature cards over here in Tovolar's Huntmaster. These are kind of our top end KO finishers. Tovolar Huntmaster is going to create us some 2/2 wolves, and it's a 6/6 body. You can see why that can win you a game. You've also got Burning Rune Demon, which can also go into your deck, find you tools that you need, particularly creatures. If you pick 2 creatures out, your opponent's gonna have to put 1 in your graveyard, 1 in your hand, so double win for you. And then you get a Morag, which is also going to give you a second combat trigger to win games. So if you get a Regent down with haste, hit him, and then you get a Morag off with your Dollhouse and then play a land, your Regent can then go ahead and attack again, and it's pretty much going to be a wrap from there. We have a few control cards to get there. We got Binding the Old Gods, and we've got Path of Peril. All of our creatures here are higher than 2 mana cost, so this is a really good card for us. It sweeps the board. For those mono white deck matchups, this could be really clutch. 2 Bellica Recoveries, because if you accidentally mill your Dollhouse and you need it, you can go ahead and find it. And 4 Witherbloom Commands. I tried to get through that quickly, but that deck was very complicated. Like I said, once you start creating tokens, You start copying them, this thing goes off. It is a tricky deck to get to go off. It's obviously in the jank category, and it's by no means finished. I actually had to get this video out pretty quick today. It's Thanksgiving on my end, so unfortunately I had to try to rush this out. I don't think it's finished. I think I could have done a little bit better, but we'll get to that at the end of the video and we'll talk about it then. But enjoy the gameplay footage. We'll see you guys at the end. Peace. Here we go. Here we go. A Swayze Watts combination special coming at you guys in the form of Jund, baby. Some reanimation nonsense. Playing a card that a lot of you guys have asked for in the Dollhouse. This hand, man. This hand is something else. This is a no-go, right? It's gotta be. Gotta be a no-go on this opening hand, unfortunately. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. Sorry, for 1 second there, I thought I was on like a live stream. That would have been bad. All right, this is much better. Okay, I can go back. Hopefully we can get to that though, being at the bottom of the deck. Hopefully we'll be able to figure out a way to get there. Opening play is a mountain. Hopefully this next card's not blue, but you know it's probably going to be. Let's just pray it's not the case and we can have a fun day of Magic. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Today I am recording this on Thanksgiving, so. See, right about now, having a command, a Golgari command would have been really good. Killing this thing immediately, milling ourselves for 3, could have been really good stuff here. All right. Gonna need to find our sweeper. But instead we find another Dollhouse. Unbelievable. Okay, it's gonna be one of these games. It is what it is. We do have the Asika's Chariot, so hopefully we can get that down and just get some blockers out in front of us here. The Shuffler has not been kind to us these last couple of days. If you've noticed, our rank is 84 percentile now, which I'm not proud to say out loud, but it is the truth, and it's because we had one hell of a stream where the Shuffler decided to make my life an actual living nightmare. And looks like it's doing it again with 2 Asika's Chariots, 3 Dollhouses, and nothing else. So, I mean, I guess let's hope for, I mean, a land off the top I can play the Dollhouse, but I've got nothing to reanimate, so it's not that good. We're going to kill you and you. Actually, obviously, do I want to kill the lifelinking one? Probably. No, I feel like they've got some kind of combat trick here. It's going to go on to this guy. It's going to go on to the Blade Master here. Play your combat trick. There it is. 2-2. Yep, we knew that was going to happen. You got another one? Nope. All right. Interesting. And I get the land, which means I do get the Dollhouse if I want it, or I can go another Chariot. I think the other Chariot is probably the best bet here. I think I'm going to attack too, just to get another cat. I don't think I'm in too much danger of lethal here on the next turn. If we have only one cat to attack with, it is what it is. The more bodies I'm gonna need them, you know, I'm gonna need as many bodies as I can get. Things are not going our way today, and it's okay though. We just started. Hopefully things will turn around here. Okay. What are the odds they have another combat trick? Probably pretty good, right? Looks like they're gonna use it prior to combat. Alright, that's really strange. But okay. Alright, that's something. That is something. It could get us a pest here. No, it gets us a token, which is still pretty darn good. Okay. It is, in fact, something, right? That's That's what's important. Let's create another cat. And now we've got 2 blockers. We're facing multiple threats here though, but I'm more than happy to try to shut this nonsense down. I think we do it this way, just in case there's a combat trick. It's probably going to go on the one with lifelink, so let's put the bigger body on it. All right, the double strikers are gone. Oh, just kidding. The shuffler's doing some stuff for them too. Some weird stuff. All right. If I play this, I could copy a treasure token. I could have nothing in the graveyard for the Dollhouse just yet. I think I'm going to go here because next turn I could go Dollhouse, attack in with the World Shaper. And if I do that, I can mill some creatures off the top. So that's going to be a good play. All right, 3 bodies to block with, 3 creatures on the field. All of my things are bigger. We honestly kind of got lucky here. We absolutely got destroyed on our draws. Like, we had absolutely terrible draws. But somehow we're going to come out of this alive and well. Don't know how that came to be, but here we are. More land, okay. More treasure, beautiful. All right, so now we attack. You know what stinks though is we got to attack beforehand to get the availability of... Oh yeah, it's... Oh, what do I do here? Do I just cast the Westgate? No. There's a million ways I could do this. I'm sure you guys are probably at home screaming right now. There's a million ways I could honestly do this. It is what it is. All right, we got an ooze. Okay, perfect. That's all I needed. That's actually one of the best things I could have got. All right, let the Dollhouse of Horrors begin, baby. Let's go. Here we go. We'll take the one that hurts the most if it dies, right? All right, so we got a token now. That's a gelatinous cube, which means every time a Seeker's Chariot attacks, we get another gelatinous cube, which makes our gelatinous cubes even bigger. Now we're doing the thing. Now we're doing the thing, baby. Took a minute to get there. Thank God they gave us the time to get there. What else you got for me? What else you got for me? Looks like probably nothing, seeing that they're starting to rope here. We may have to make an edit here depending on whether or not our opponent's actually roping us or if they're just thinking, but potentially you'll see a cut here. All right, and we're back and our opponent is absolutely roping us. Classic opponent. And oh, you know what? Cancel that. We're going to play the Regent because the Regent's going to come down with the 4 power. We're going to take the Regent's ability to activate the Chariot. And the Chariot's going to put our friend here away for good because we're going to get another gelatinous cube. Take action. No creature. Dang. It's unfortunate. And as you see, our Dollhouse gives a bonus 1/1 for every, token. So creating more with the Seeker's Chariot is just too good. No creatures in the graveyard, though. Very surprising. If the World Shaper were to die, though, we'd get back a lot of lands back onto the battlefield. But yeah, they're just going to rope us out. So again, probably another edit here. All right, and that's the game. Very, very classy opponent. Making us wait way too long, but we got the W. On to the next one. All right, well, I mean, we get roped, but it's okay. What can you do? We did pop off a little bit there, but I want to really pop off with this list. I want to just do some nutty reanimation type things, man. I need to get this Dollhouse really churning, man. That'd be a lot of fun. But we'll see. Let's see if we can't get a really cool game here in this video at some point. We get a Rutstein, which feels great, but we have no green mana. I I still don't think we could pass this up though, because we do have the Path to Peril, which it will keep us alive if we're up against aggro. So we should have time, hopefully, to get to these bigger spells. It's not the greatest hand though. I'm gonna be completely honest. Okay, we're up against giants. That's not something you say every day. Path to Peril not as good unless we get the treasures. The mirror. Okay, now I'm really confused. Now I'm extremely confused. It's a giant amulet, right? So it gives hexproof, right? Yeah. As long as it's untapped, it's hexproof. Spectral. What in the world is happening? Hey, we get a green source. It's our lucky day. Because next is our Dollhouse of Horrors. This is gonna be good. Whenever a sludge monster enters the battlefield or attacks, put a slime counter on up to one target creature. Lose all abilities and turns to 2/2. Okay, that's odd. These are both 2-drops though, so we have a really good Path to Peril here. 2 lands. Why not? Why not? Why not? And let's go ahead, like I said, just Path to Peril seems pretty standard here. Sweep the floor. Get in with our Rutstein. End our turn and say go. We have Gelatinous Cube to answer their next threat. They do have hexproof though at some point in this game, which is going to cause a bit of a problem and issue for us. Let's get down the Regent here. Yards filled with nothing but lands. Disdainful Stroke. Okay, they don't realize that that actually helped us out. I mean, it didn't help us out, but we play right into that, so that's fine. I'm guessing it's going to be a lot of counters from this point forward. So it's all about making sure that our House of Horrors resolves. So that being said, let's get in for an attack here, see what they do. We have so many treasures, man. So much mana to work with here. Let's play this. If this dies, it's going to... Nice. If it dies, it was going to bring back all of our lands. All right, they're down to 1 land. Wait, what am I saying here? House of Horrors. What am I doing? Do they have a 1 mana? Okay, I was gonna say 1 mana counter doesn't exist. It could have been Wash Away, but doesn't actually hit that because we played it from our hand. All right, let the games begin, man. Let the games begin. Gonna give it hexproof, huh? You monster. More treasure. And we can play a Westgate Regent. Again, they don't have anything for this, and if they want to bounce it, it's just going to... I think we want to get this going, actually. If they want to bounce this, they're going to have to discard a card. That's what I was trying to say. And now we got the Regent on the field as a 1/1, but it has haste, so go right over the top. We'll make it into a 2/2. And then every time the Dollhouse brings something back too, it's also going to get a 1/1. So this thing is going to get massive very quickly. And if they ever feel like attacking with this, we're just going to exile it with the Gelatinous Cube. Target player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Create a 2 blood tokens. Nice. Okay. Oh wow, they threw away a Kraken. That would be a really bad card to see. Ooh, and they scoop it up the moment they saw that the Huntmaster hit the graveyard. That was going to get very, very ugly for our opponent. We were going to Dollhouse our Huntmaster back to the field. Whew, that was going to be good. GG. Just a little heads up, I took an allergy pill earlier today, but it's Thanksgiving, by the way, when I'm recording this. And it's later at night, and it's starting to fade, so I feel my nose getting stuffy. Might hear the sniffles a little more, but hopefully we can push through. Opponent goes first. Oh goodness, if we could have just got this as a black source, we'd be so good right now, but this is still good enough to keep, I think. Come on, man, fix yourself. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that you actually listened. I don't like blue, man. What is with the blue? More Dimir, okay. More Dimir. So strange. So much Dimir, and that's foretold, which feels awful. Gelatinous cube. Okay, we do get something into the yard. What do we need more of? Probably black, right? Alright. Here comes the sniffles. Alright, if this is a control list, it's not going to be that fun to play against, that's for sure. Do we want to mill again, or do we just want to wait and hold on to this? I think I'm going to wait, because I might accidentally end up milling a Dollhouse, and once we get one in hand, this will become much better. They foretell again, so no blue, so we know we're not going to get countered on the next go, which is nice, because we were going to get down the chariot. Go ahead, chariot, do your thing. And pass the turn. All right. What do you got for us here, opponents? Meathook Massacre for 2. That's fine. That's fair. That's fair. We get a Regent down, and then we can bring the Seaga's Chariot. We'll bring the Pain right away. We keep drawing better lands than what we already have, so it's kind of nice. By the way, we can destroy the Meathook Massacre with the Witherbloom command, because this is a 2 mana CMC permanent that's not a creature, so we can actually kill it. We're continuing to hit our land drops. 1 gelatinous cube in the yard. Still have ways to mill too, which is really nice. Just gotta find what we need here as far as reanimation goes. The Dollhouse. We keep drawing better lands, so this is just gonna sit exposed, I guess. Rutstein and Witherbloom command seem fine. And it's a Dollhouse. I knew it was going to be, man. It always is the one card you don't want it to be. Always. But I do get to actually start making copies of these insects, which is nice, but no Dollhouse, unfortunately. World Shaper entering the yard, hopefully, but it gets countered, sure. So I can't activate the Seaga's Chariot. They're still only at 4 mana, so this is really nice. We kind of got them locked up here, and they're getting mana screwed, but we're getting mana flooded, so can't say we're in a much better spot here. Gonna play the cube just so I can crew the chariot and keep the pressure up. Saw it coming, why not? Why the heck not? Is Rutstein gonna just win us this game? That would be pretty funny. They foretell again. It's just a lot of counters and removal right now, like nothing crazy. And it's a binding. Let's try to play this. It's gonna get countered. Saw it coming. How many is that now? That's the 3rd saw it coming. You're kidding. 2 Meathook Massacres and the 3rd saw it coming. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. Hey, they found another land, and it's a Jawari Disruption. Kind of a sick joke, if I'm being honest. I've been in that spot where you need a land so bad, and you get a tap land. It's the worst. More treasure. It's not like we're going to kill them anytime soon, though, so they have all day to get what they need to get, which feels so bad. We got everything in the yard we need. Just need to find a Horrors. Or if not a Horrors, a Balaget Recovery, which it is what it is. All right. We have so much mana, it's fine. We could just replay this. And it does get a trigger as soon as it hits the field, so let's see. It might just get hit with the counter, though. A 4th saw it coming. Maybe something else. We'll see. Hey, it's another Rutstein, though. So if this one doesn't hit, the other one will. It hits. Creature. Land. Land. So unfortunate. All right, well. I could play the other Rutstein here and try to hit another creature. The odds of us actually pulling it off, though, are pretty slim, which is why I didn't play it. Rutstein might get removed. They do have things like Meat Hook and Bloodchief's Thirst, and if it gets removed, I'm going to want to have the backup, so that's why we didn't do it. Okay, another All-Runs Epiphany here. They're just going to back-to-back it. I'm just afraid of the Kraken, if I'm being completely honest. We'll probably see that here pretty soon. We might have lost this, honestly. Like, I know our opponent got mana screwed here, but I mean, we hit everything we needed to hit except for the Dollhouse, so it's kind of the flaw of the deck a little bit. You gotta hit what you need or else it's over. 2 bindings, though, feel pretty good against the Mordenkainen. They don't even make the dog, though. Nice. They go for card draw. Finally, we get another creature token. Very nice. Very, very nice. But now the Chariot, I'm sure at this point in the game, is just going to get completely spot removed off the face of the earth. No, we get the copy off before they do it. All right, bindings coming in hot. Might get countered. Nope, doesn't get countered. Nice. Divides it back to their own hand. We have another binding as backup, though, so it's no big deal. Plus, we have Path to Peril, so if things get really bad, I know it would destroy our insects, but we could always Path to Peril our board here and just sweep all of these little critters up. Okay, treasure, why not? Nice, let's go. Finally. All right, decline. Dollhouse of Horrors. They've only got 2 mana left over. We have so much mana. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna Dollhouse of Horrors, right? What are we gonna grab, though? Whatever we grab, it doesn't matter, because we gotta do this first. This is key. Gotta do this first, get rid of all the tokens. We have so many treasures, too. Don't forget. Don't forget about the treasures. And who do we grab? I think the Regent's the best play here. Has haste. And it gets right in there, making itself bigger. Still have plenty of treasures here. Asika's Chariot's going to start making copies of whatever creatures that come in as tokens. So, should be pretty fun now. We got the whole team assembled, man. Got the whole team assembled. Binding the Old Gods hits that. We'll be seeing you, Mordenkainen. Not going to stay alive too long. Oh, they just take the 2 cards. Okay, they feel desperate. I'm surprised they didn't have as many answers as I thought. I thought there'd be a lot more removal. The counters pretty counter heavy. I thought there'd be more removal, though. Might see another Meat Hook here. We'll see. Meat Hook or Shadow's Verdict. Something crazy, I'm sure. Are they going to target it with a spot removal? I mean, they could, but they're going to have to discard a card, which is not ideal for their position that they're in. They probably feel pretty safe, too, because Mordenkainen is obviously at 7 loyalty, which is pretty wild. All right, we're going to get 2 combat turns. We're going to play this first. It might get countered. We know this. So let's see what they do with it before we decide to attack and where we're going to attack. All right, so it hits. Or they might divide it back to their hand. No, it hits. All right. I think this calls for a Morag, and we just win the game. So this is going to make our Regent a 3. I'm sorry, yeah, our Regent's going to be a 3/3 now. I could have crewed the chariot, but I want the region to get bigger, right? Doesn't matter what they do here. We play the land on this next go, and then we get to attack again. So they're dead either way. The regent would have been an 8-7. Good game. All right, solid game there. That one felt pretty good. I didn't like how long it took us to get set up there. I mean, it happens, but it just, I don't know. It didn't feel clean, you know? Opponent goes first. We do have access to the Path of Peril early into some more removal. I think we can keep it. It's gonna be tricky, but I think we can keep it. Dollhouse is nice. Now we just gotta get some mill cards. Now we're gonna get the Dollhouse, but with no way to mill cards. That's how it always works. All right, we're gonna go red here. Yes, red here. Mono red, and they're foretelling everything. This is definitely gonna be Is It, isn't it? I would assume so. If it is, this is a pretty bad hand for us. World Shaper does, in fact, mill us. So hopefully the World Shaper can get us there. But our opponent's on Is It. So terrible matchup for us. Probably going to lose this one. But we're going to give it our best shot. This might get hit with a Jawari Disruption. But we got to give it our best shot here. Unexpected Windfall, sure. They dumped the Cinderclasm, which could have been good against us with the Dollhouse, but they've already got 2 All-Runs Epiphanies right there. Like, this is not good. The Path of Peril, though, is really nice against the little birds. And they're wasting all their All-Runs, like, playing them straight up without Galvanic Iteration. We might have a chance here. We'll see. We might have a chance based on our opponent's line of play here. Okay. Just burning through their extra spells here. Do they have another one? Alright, I think I'll gelatinous cube that first, because I can't have them creating these hasty flyers, man. That's frustrating. That's really frustrating. Alright. Yeah, I think gelatinous cube on that is priority, but then we just die to the birds, right? 4 over the top. Yeah, we just die to the birds. No matter which way you shake it, we're just dead here. That was a fun game. That was a fun one. If we could have just survived one more turn, we Path the Peril, it's over, but opponent took 18 turns before we could get there, so gonna hold the L on this one. Just missed it too, man. We just missed it. Is it extra turns? Complete savagery. All right, we got a little time for some more games here. Get a couple more in. Hopefully, at least one more for sure. All right, what do we got? Oh, Redstein into a Horrors. Let's go. I'll take it. I will take it. This is green, so if we draw into a Witherbloom command, we're gonna want to play this first. We can play this for green. No Witherbloom command, so let's just play the tap land. No big deal. No big deal there. Here comes Shambling Ghast in all of its glory. Ooh, we're playing, okay. Playing Grixis with Shambling Ghast. That's pretty interesting. I'm not too sure exactly what that means yet, but we'll figure it out, I'm sure. All right, Redstein, let's go. There's a creature. That's what I'm talking about. Creatures all day. That's what we want to see. Obviously, ramping would be nice too. Lands would be cool, but for the most part, we want creatures for the Dollhouse. Good old Dollhouse. Doesn't attack. You scaredy cat? Scaredy cat. All right, green. Definitely gonna go binding here, I think. Let's get rid of the eye twitch. I don't want them being able to sacrifice that and do all their nonsense. But then again, they could do that to any of these, but it's fine. I just want to ramp up, make sure we hit our land drop, because those 2 green forests go pretty quickly. We only run 2 in our deck, so to be able to hit that second saga, we got to do it pretty quick. Get some good value out of this. I might regret it if they end up playing like a planeswalker of some sort, but all right, not gonna attack. This has death touch, plus this can put a -1/1 counter on things, so let's not do that. Opponent grab Teachings. It's not a great card against us because we don't draw pretty much any cards. And so we're never really going to have a hand smaller than theirs, I don't think. Oh, are they reanimating as well? Toxrill is not a card I want to see here. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Starting next turn, we're going to start popping off. Just attacking here with these 1/1s. I want to incentivize them to block, because if we can get rid of that Death Toucher, that would be ideal, so we can get the Morog to go off in the next 2 turns. Okay, here comes Toxrill. Unreal. All right, we do need Rutstein to hit a land so we can get a treasure, so we can do this. Otherwise, we're going to be toast. Not good. Come on, Rutstein, you got this. Land. Ooh, come on. Come on, Rutstein. If we play this... I don't know, man. I don't know, man. None of this is good. None of this is good at all. Rutstein. Not too sure, man. I'm really not sure. This could be the whole game here if I make the wrong move. Play this out here. We can't attack yet with it. If we play this and it dies, it gets back the lands, which there's nothing in the graveyard. Oh my god. If we play the Westgate Regent, it could just die to this. Next turn, we get it in, it attacks, it goes to 2. Bam, bam, it's dead. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the World Shaper. I might just be feeding it, though, to the wolves here. I gotta hang on to the land just in case we want to get that going. What a nightmare, man. What an actual nightmare. If Rutstein could just get us a treasure, we are totally fine. Rutstein, come on. It's pretty cool to see another Reanimator deck, though, on the other end of this thing, but not that cool. Alright. World Shaper's gonna die, but no lands. Yikes, this is crazy. This is actually crazy. It's all or nothing here, Rutstein. You got a treasure for me? Do you have a treasure for me, Rutstein? Because it would be really nice of you to just, you know, let us know now. Yes, let's go! Oh my god. Thank you, sweet baby Jesus. Oh, thank goodness, man. Thank goodness. You know they have ways to get those back, though, which is really frustrating. Very, very frustrating. But you know what? We do get to play our Regents. And it does get to attack, so that feels pretty solid. And then next turn, we get two attacks with it, plus the Dollhouse of Horrors is going to make it even bigger. So it's going to be nice. Of course, they had another one. And that's lethal. Toxrill's coming right back in. GG's. GG's. They were able to find another Olivia off the top of their deck. They got me. All right, one more. We got to win one more here. All right, and we're back. Let's do it. What do we got here? Dollhouse of Horrors, but this hand is not good, unfortunately, because we don't have a play until turn 4. And if we're up against an aggressive deck, we just get absolutely steamrolled. So, the man, it looks so good, though. So unfortunate. So unfortunate. Gonna have to pass. And we get absolutely punished for that mulligan. Punished even harder. I mean, I have to keep it. Have to. Just gotta pray that we get a swamp off the top. If we don't, It is what it is. Come on, Swamp. We need you. We need you bad. We need you so bad. If we get the Swamp, though, we're in actually good shape. We can kill that with this. Kill that with this. Just need that Swamp. Hey! So you're saying there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance. Let's go. I love it. Love it. Let's go, baby. Rutstein comes in. Good body to block with. Binding hits that. Let's go, man. We're looking good. We're looking good. Synergies are on deck right now. Things are looking nice. We get a treasure. Could rush right into the old Dollhouse of Horrors here, but don't think I want to. Don't think I quite want to. I think I want to definitely get rid of that with the binding. Another binding too. Okay. So we're going to get a lot of green mana, so might as well play this for red. Do I get Rutstein first or do I kill this first? I think we kill this first. It's just too big, man. It's just too big. We could got Rutstein there to block, but they would have just attacked with this anyways. And of course they find themselves a draw engine, and a pretty darn good one too. Another binding. Actually, we don't even get Rutstein back. We get a 3/3, which is honestly probably better. It's been a while since I've seen anyone choose the apparition over the Cathar. That's kind of odd to see that, but Toski's going off here, drawing them a million cards, but eventually they're going to run out of value and they're going to have to replay their whole hand here. We're going to need to find a sweeper with Splendor. Okay, so we're gonna have to make sure we deal damage. Gonna have to deal damage here. No creatures in the yard. All right, they don't get to draw a card this turn. Rutstein for sure needs to come down. Of course we hit our sweeper. I mean, it doesn't matter at this point. Toski's indestructible, but you know they're going to eventually get a crazy board state again, right? So it's like, it's just annoying. It's annoying, and now they get the Rutstein again. Oh, disgusting. They get another card here. The card draw is on point, that's for sure. Opponent's getting a lot of card draw here, and they just took 3 for that. What could they need that 2 mana for? Cleric class? Okay. They got another one, or they do? Okay, that makes sense. So I got to get them down below 19, which is not hard. Do I binding though, or do I attack? I think if I attack, they're gonna let it go through, right? Because they don't want me to get that Rutstein back. Nice. And now we can binding and hit something. Probably go for... I could have gone for Splendor there, and it probably would have been honestly the better choice, but we're just gonna let it slide. Gonna let it slide for now. Okay, Dollhouse of Horrors looking way better now that we got the Westgate Regent into the pile. 4/5, and we can play it next turn and cast the Regent. That feels good. No card draw for them. Oh, they're gonna... okay, they're gonna gain. Oh, they didn't kick it. Wait, did they kick that? 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. What did they not do there? They did something wrong there. They didn't gain the life that they thought they were gonna gain. We'll take it. I mean, it's a W. I don't know why they quit though. That game was not over yet. What a weird series of games. I hope though that you guys were able to, you know, get some value out of today's video. Like always, we're gonna break it down now. Stay tuned because we're going straight to the breakdown phase of this video, and we'll wrap it up with some final thoughts, guys. See you there. Peace. That's gonna do it for today's gameplay footage, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Today was a blast. This list is so much fun. It's something I definitely want to continue to fine tune and get into a place where I think it could win, you know, pretty consistently. It felt pretty nice. We did take 2 L's on this video, I believe, but man, it felt when it starts to go off, it is unstoppable. There are a few things that feel a little strange in this list, and when you're playing, you know, play testing this and you're recording videos, you start to you know, feel it out and feel how the deck plays, and you get a better sense of what it is you'd like to cut and whatnot. We'll get into that, but before I do, just want to say a huge shout out to every single person who's here right now. Thank you so much for making it this far into the video. Anytime you make it this far into the video, it helps the algorithm push our videos out to more people. So thank you so much for that support. And with that being said, let's talk about the list a little bit. So I feel like everything flows pretty nicely in this list, and on paper, all of it makes a lot of sense to have in the list. Path of Peril didn't really show out for us too hard. It did come in clutch, I think 1 or 2 times, but Path of Peril makes a lot of sense to me because if we go up against mono white, we could get run over pretty fast because our curve, as you can see here, is really high. Not a lot of no 1-drops, only 1-2 drop, and then we don't really start get going until like turn 3, and that's if we draw into a Rutstein. So the curve is really high, and that's probably the main problem in this list. There are plenty of turn 1, you know, turn 1 type mill spells that you could play in this list. A really good one, let me see here if I can find it. A really good one would be where is it? Oh goodness. Of course, I'm trying to bring it up now and I can't think of the name, but it is a 1-drop. Am I crazy or am I here? Hold on. I know it's a god. That'll help me out a lot. There it is. All right. So the Throne of Death. That's why it was a 3-drop on the one side. So Throne of Death is a really good card you could place in this deck because Throne of Death could start milling you by turn 1, which does synergize really well for you. But other than that, it's not the best. You could obviously bring back Egon. Egon though would be a terrible card to bring back with the Dollhouse because it'd be a 1/1 and you would still have to exile 2 cards from your graveyard to keep it. So the synergies on that card are pretty lame. But there are, like, that's just one example of cards you could potentially play. You could play Blood Fountain, not a really great card. It's a pretty weak common. But there are things that synergize on turn 1 that do mill you out, and you could find, you know, things, you know, put things in the graveyard and stuff like that. So you could work on the curve a little bit. It definitely needs the work on the curve. I'm just not too sure what exactly I could do at this moment in time. So as always, if you guys have ways to help me out here, let me know in the comments down below. I also don't know, like I said, Path of Peril felt a little clunky. I also think Morag is really, really good, right? I love this card, and especially in this particular deck because it can Dollhouse of Horrors, and you can instantly win a game out of nowhere, which is really awesome. But in most cases, this card isn't the card we want to play because we're not ready or we're not set up for that big shot. And so maybe we can cut this and even add something, you know, on the heavier side as far as mana consumption to get another big creature in to kind of close it out. We did have Olivia in this deck. Is it spelled? Of course it's not. All right, well, let's just type vampire. Well, this vampire card here is it's a new card from the Innistrad, and it is Olivia. Okay, that's weird. I thought I typed that. Anyways, this card right here swings in it, and it has haste, and it can bring back other creatures. But I found some holes with this card. We played it, and it almost got removed instantly in every matchup, which then caused my creature to get exiled. And that's the worst part, is when this thing dies, your other creature gets exiled, which is a nightmare to deal with. Sweepers, it doesn't actually do that. You actually just, all your stuff goes to the graveyard, which is nice. But if this card goes away, your other card that's on the battlefield gets exiled. So that was kind of tough. So I'm not too sure, but that might be a better card than Morag here in this position. There are a lot of really cool things you can do with this list, but the rest of the shell, the middle piece of the shell, the center pieces here, they feel really, really good. But I'd like to try to get the curve down, and I think we can get a better play from Morag. But as always, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think we should add or cut from the list to make this better. As always, I'd really appreciate that. And yeah, man, before we get out of here and call it a video and a wrap, huge shout out as always goes out to the Marty Mob, man. Thank you guys so much for being part of the Marty Mob. Thank you so much for helping support the channel. Thank you so much for all you guys do monetarily, plus, you know, all the nice comments you guys are constantly giving me and feeding me, making my head really big. So thank you guys so much for all of that. And that's gonna do it for today's video. We'll see you guys back here on Monday for another video as usual. We'll put together another silly list for you, I'm sure. And until next time, guys, peace.
a hat trick. Yeah. The name is Lazy No Patrick. Yeah. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the Mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah.